The 2026 Kia Sportage is the extrovert. It subscribes to Kia's Opposites United design philosophy, which is just a fancy way of saying expect the unexpected. The front end is dominated by the massive tiger nose grille, but the real story for 2026 is the lighting. The star map, daytime running lights cut aggressively into the bumper, creating a jagged, lightning bolt signature that looks like something out of a sci-fi movie. It is weird, it is busy, and it is undeniably cool. It turns heads in traffic because it looks like nothing else on the road. The 2026 Hyundai Tucson, on the other hand, is the mathematician. Its design is based on parametric dynamics. Instead of smooth curves, the Tucson is covered in sharp, triangular creases that look like they were laser cut into the metal. The front grille is a masterpiece of integration. The parametric jewel lights are hidden inside the grille pattern itself. When the car is off, they disappear into dark chrome. When on, they light up like wings. It's a cleaner, more cohesive look than the Kia, but perhaps less daring. The side profiles reveal their different priorities. The Sportage looks longer and lower, with a floating roof design element on the D-pillar that gives it a sense of speed. The Tucson looks more upright and rugged, especially with the squared-off wheel arches that contrast with the Sportage's smooth curves. And then there are the rugged trims. The Kia Sportage X Pro sits on chunky 17-inch wheels with BF Goodrich all-terrain tires and features a two-tone black roof. It looks ready for a rally stage. The Hyundai Tucson XRT, meanwhile, gets beefier cladding and roof rails, looking more like an overland support vehicle. Both look fantastic, but the Sportage X Pro feels a bit more authentic to its off-road aspirations visually. Interior design. The ergonomic war stepping inside is where the battle truly heats up. This is not just a difference in style, it is a difference in philosophy. The 2026 Kia Sportage interior is designed to wow you. The centerpiece is the massive, curved dual-screen setup that houses the instrument cluster and infotainment. It looks expensive, like something you'd find in a Mercedes-Benz. The air vents are uniquely shaped, curving around the dashboard in a futuristic swoop. However, the Sportage commits a cardinal sin for some drivers: the multi-function touch bar. Below the screen, there is a slim digital panel that switches between climate controls and audio controls with a button press. It saves space and looks sleek, but it means you don't have dedicated volume and temperature knobs available at the same time. It's a learning curve that can be frustrating on a daily basis. The 2026 Hyundai Tucson takes a completely different approach. For this refresh, Hyundai listened to the critics. They looked at the Ioniq 5 electric car and said, "Let's do that." The result is a cabin that feels open, airy, and refreshingly practical. The dashboard is lower, improving visibility. The gear selector has been moved from the center console to the steering column, freeing up a massive amount of storage space between the seats. But the biggest win for the Tucson is the return of buttons. While it also features a beautiful curved display, Hyundai has brought back physical knobs for volume and tuning, and on many trims, physical switches for the climate control. It's less cool than the Kia's touch bar, but it is infinitely easier to use while driving. If you prioritize function over form, the Tucson's interior is the clear winner here. Material quality is a toss-up. Both vehicles use generous amounts of soft-touch plastics and high-quality synthetic leathers. The Kia leans slightly more towards a sporty aesthetic with perforated seats and piano black trim, while the Hyundai feels a bit more architectural with fabric accents on the dashboard and matte finishes that hide fingerprints better. Practicality and space, a game of inches. Since these two share a platform, you might expect the interior space to be identical. Surprisingly, it's not, though the margins are razor thin. Both vehicles offer best-in-class rear legroom. You can easily fit two 6-foot adults in the back of either car without their knees touching the front seats. Both offer reclining rear seats, which is a huge plus for passenger comfort on long trips. However, the Kia Sportage manages to squeeze out a tiny victory in cargo space. Behind the rear seats, the Sportage offers just under 40 cubic feet of space, compared to the Tucson's roughly 38.7 cubic feet. Fold the seats down, and the Kia expands to about 74 cubic feet, while the Hyundai sits just under 75. Wait, did the numbers flip? Yes. The Tucson actually has slightly more total space when the seats are down, likely due to the shape of the roofline. In the real world, you won't notice the difference. Both can swallow a week's worth of camping gear, a massive Costco haul, or a couple of large dog crates with ease. The Tucson does have one slight advantage in the trunk. The load floor is a bit flatter, and the levers to fold the rear seats feel slightly more robust. Powertrain and driving, the hybrid sweet spot. Now let's talk about what powers these twins. Both the Sportage and Tucson offer three distinct powertrains: a base 2.5-liter gas engine, a traditional hybrid, and a plug-in hybrid. Skip the base engine. In both cars, the 2.5-liter four-cylinder making 187 horsepower feels anemic. It sounds coarse when pushed and struggles to move these heavy SUVs with any authority. It's the rental car engine. The powertrain you want, in both cars, is the 1.6-liter turbo hybrid. This setup produces a combined 231 horsepower and 271 pound-feet of torque. It is night and day compared to the base engine. The electric motor provides instant torque off the line, making city driving punchy and merging effortless. But do they drive the same? Not exactly. Hyundai and Kia engineers have tuned these chassis differently. The Hyundai Tucson aims for serenity. The suspension feels slightly softer, absorbing bumps with a muted thump. The steering is lighter, requiring less effort to maneuver in parking lots. It feels like a miniature luxury SUV.